and the once uninhabited island, 52 nautical miles from the coast of colonial New England, came to be known as Widow's Bay. Pioneer, hero, father. With an unflinching perseverance, Richard Warren created a new beginning for all. Thank you for joining us for Richard Warren's journey from humble tradesman to the first Reeve Prime and Lord Island Protector, an office the town now colloquially refers to as mayor.
Welcome back to another special Prime Cuts episode of Chopping It Up. We are admittedly a quirky and sometimes obstinate bunch here at CIU, but even we are susceptible to the hype. And we couldn't resist checking out Widow's Bay after hearing from everyone and their mother about how good it is. So for the uninitiated, or if you've been living in a cave, 2026's Widow's Bay is the new horror comedy series on Apple Plus, created by Katie Dippold of Parks and Rec fame, starring Matthew Rhys, Kate O'Flannon, and Stephen Root, shout out Office Space, among others. Brief synopsis is as follows. A quirky, isolated New England town is afflicted by a centuries-old curse. The story follows Mayor Tom Loftus as he tries to boost tourism, only to discover that the wild, supernatural folktales told by the locals are, in fact, terrifyingly real. If you're interested in watching the series, it is now available via Apple Plus. And as a reminder, Prime Cuts is designed as a quick-hitting, free-form conversation where we discuss a breadth of horror mediums, including anthologies, theatrical releases, graphic novels, shorts, and other forms of media. There's no set agenda here as we shoot from the hip and provide any gleaned insights from our respective viewings. I am so curious to hear everyone's take for this one. There's lots of layers and depth going on, characterization of the townfolk, plot devices, storylines, cinematography. There's just a lot to discuss. So what'd you guys think? Jeannie, you're on mute. You got to come off.
Yeah, I know. Give me a second.
Everyone's on mute. Let's go, guys. Sledd, actually, do you have a hot take for us? Do you have any take?
I don't know. You like it a lot, I guess.
No, you're not going to bounce this back off me right off the bat. You're the wild card. Did you watch everything?
Did you watch it before we watched this?
I was like probably 4 eps in, three or 4 eps in before I was like, all right, we have to do this. Are you up to speed? You're up to the latest. I know there's 2 eps left, yet to be released.
I think 9.
Yeah, no, I've watched the 8 that are out so far.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what'd you think?
It was all right.
Why is this like pulling fucking teeth here? What do you mean it's all right? No, come on. What do we got?
It's a little too. It's a little hit or miss for me. I don't like it gets a little too silly sometimes. I like it more when it sticks on the line of being scary.
Horror proper. I don't know. That was kind of the draw for me, was that it does fold in these perfectly timed moments of humor.
Yeah.
And also is still able to pull you back into, wow, it's actually fucking scary.
Some of it's good. The plot's a little too all over the place. Sticking together a little more on that it's very episodic feeling. I feel like I'm watching a sitcom.
Parks and Recs, right?
Yeah.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah. I've also a theory that each episode is a different horror movie.
Like genre. Yeah. I think you're right on that. And
there's homages left and right.
Oh yeah,
there's references and homages left and right to they're throwing tributes out from Michael Myers and Halloween to. Yep. It reminded me very much of the original 1973 Wicker Man, with the island and odd townsfolk and the inspector is instead the ostensible mayor.
Did you see the reference to Blair Witch? There was one of the things on TV. It was like a commercial or something, and a guy goes off and just faces the corner.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, there's like all sorts of weird stuff. Like the commercials might be my favorite part of everything. Like just so
they're really
weird.
They're really unsettling. There's a lot of parts that are really unsettling to it. Well, before we get too far into discussion here, this fair warning for those who actually haven't seen the series is going to be full of spoilers. There are, like we said, a couple of episodes left, which I feel like is going to work in our favor here because there's a lot going on and we're still unsure of how they wrap this whole thing up. Sledd, I have a feeling that I might end up pulled toward your side by the end of this if they don't tie together all of these seemingly siloed, episodes that don't really have much to do with each other. I hear you. It is, episodic seems redundant, but yeah, you know what I mean? How are they going to connect? How is this going to come together?
It's going to be hard, right? Like, because like not only do they have to tie them all together, but then they have to leave it open for a season 2, right? Like, and that's
has that been greenlit? Do we know that's happening?
No, but I think you want to leave it open for a season 2 in case it does, right? Like you as the writer, you don't want to paint yourself into a corner. You know what I mean?
I guess I'm a cynic in that it's got too much good acclaim. The reviews are through the roof right now. It's making a lot of money. I guess you're right. It has to come back. But wasn't this?
They always do that. Can't we just have like
one perfect?
I think it works well. I think if they were going to do another one, I would recommend they do it as like a stand apart thing. Probably. I don't think
like American Horror Story.
Yeah, something like that, or even what's that other one that we watched? Black Mass or whatever was it called?
Black Summer?
Black Summer. Yeah. That's what it was.
It was Black Summer.
The zombie one. Oh, yeah.
No, it's a vampire guy. It had one of the actors was the
Hamish Linklater.
Yeah, he was in it. He was
what was that one?
Midnight
Mass. Oh, yeah. Midnight Mass was really good.
Sure. Well, who's that? Mike Flanagan? Yeah. I like the quirky New England town. The characters are definitely drawn. There's a lot of stuff going on. The cinematography is beautiful. Like, they're able to evoke fear and humor and anxiety and expectation and all that stuff, all in these just alternating quick scenes and shots.
What's the lead actor?
I did like it. It was almost like they created too many different plots that were all going to be like supernatural. Like it's like it loses some cohesiveness at that point to where it's like every fucking little random thing in this town is actually like a real folklore thing. Like you've got, the fucking founder with like I don't know, he's possessed by a fucking mushroom or something. I don't fucking know. And like
a deal with the devil with the founder or something.
And then you got the boogeyman, and then you got the fucking witch, which I thought they actually looped the witch in. I think maybe they're gonna loop her in with that thing with when the founder's wife knocks that old broad in the fucking lake with the stick. Like, is she gonna become the sea hag? Like that was kind of like what I was like.
I don't know,
wondering. But yeah, like I don't know. So connecting them all and making them make some sort of sense within the world is even in a supernatural world. I feel like is important. Like to at least to maintain like the horror aspect, like the scary aspect. Otherwise, it's just like okay, like none of this matters. It's all
it doesn't work if we're supposed to be afraid of everything.
Ridiculous, like, and there's no rules. Like, it doesn't feel
well. That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was clinging to. Was like I'm waiting for. And again, I really liked it. It's like, what are the rules that we're establishing? We're all horror movie nerds here. Why we have the podcast. So we need guidelines. What can you do? What can't you do? Why are things happening? Yeah. What is the fix? And maybe they're all
hallucinating. They did say this mushroom's only one place on Earth.
So I'm on Reddit and I'm reading to that in that vein, that line of thought, Sledd, that someone said, I hope this isn't, and I never saw it, but I hope this isn't some Lost bullshit where we find out it's all a dream or whatever. I don't know what.
That's not what happened in Lost.
I don't know what happened in Lost.
I know
what
people
happened?
Like to think that.
Well, what did happen?
Everything happened that you watched.
Oh, it wasn't a dream? Or weren't they all? What'd you say, Jeannie? They're in purgatory. What is the reveal?
Only at the very end are they in purgatory. Everything else is happening. They just died at different times, and they all ended up in kind of a way station.
In a holding place, which we would identify as purgatory. That's how I
everything we watched. Well, purgatory. I mean, they're just waiting for each other because they liked each other, but they weren't dead the whole time. Like that's
okay.
I agree.
That's the simplistic. You hear people like, "Oh, they're dead the whole time. This is ridiculous."
Well,
I don't think
something
they did. Now there's lots of things they didn't explain. In like random tangents that they wrote in, and obviously someone was going to go somewhere with them, and I think they just tried to write off as like, oh, like that was just whatever, like
right.
So there's definitely a lot of fluff in there.
Yeah, well, for this, I'm wondering, like how they tie these things together.
Yeah.
Like maybe this is the island itself, and this is. The rules of the island, it exists outside of normal time and space because there's a linear aspect of the progression of time. And they've referenced it several times. It's like they close the door and they open it 35 seconds later and the guy has like freaked out. It's almost like he's been in there for 3 weeks in a room by himself. Did you guys catch that? There's several times.
Yeah, he asked for food before they closed the door.
Right. The passage of time. So maybe these things are happening
out
of
he's
our
got like people staying at the hotel like the next episode. That was
it's only that room, right? That one's the captain's room.
It's like that to me was you ever see 1408 with which I think is a Stephen King.
It is Stephen King. It's a good movie. It's with John Cusack and Samuel Jackson, I think.
Jackson, yeah, I think so. And it's good. It's not my favorite Stephen King property, but it's a good one. But it reminded me of that. I mean, I don't know what you thought, Michael, but that's what it seemed the most like to me, was something like that.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, clearly I feel like Loftus, his experience there was definitely calling back to The Shining.
Yeah, sure. Right, the end.
Like,
well, there's a clown down in the basement. I don't know what.
Yeah, I thought we were going right to it, which is funny because we just did Welcome to Derry not too long ago.
Well, how does what's his name how does Wick know about the goddamn clown? Like,
right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of
they never really explained that. Like, I get that he knows these other folklore things, but who is this clown guy that's down in the basement?
Well, more importantly, what has set off this chain of events? The ringing of the clock tower bell or whatever, right? The ringing of the bell. Oh no. Right. That means all this bad shit is, but like what sets that off? Why is all this stuff happening right now? It's like, we don't have any answers. What's that, Sledd?
We lose Joel.
Yeah, we lost. He'll be back. He's always back.
There he is.
What triggers the event that starts everything in motion? Do we know that?
You mean the event that started the whole curse or whatever?
Not the origin, but the current day when they started ringing the bell and Wick was like, or whoever it was that the priest was like, you can't possibly have heard the bell ringing, and then he offs himself. But why did the bell start ringing? What happened? Was it the fog rolled in? Right, it was the night that the fog.
Why is the fog rolling? Like normally with these types of things, there's a ticking clock, right? Like there's something that says, it's about to be the witching hour or whatever, or the witching hour just happened.
Every 100 years, or
it is obviously
right, but we don't know when it started.
I mean, was it because he was bringing
outsiders
that could be there? I mean, wasn't that the whole thing? Is this guy's been like amping up, trying to market the
That's
place?
Another way to do
Martha's
the clock,
Vineyard,
right? Is basically you have a triggering event. You brought outsiders here, so that starts the event, right? Like, so I think they need to tell us that, right? Like for this to be successful, like what started it, this cycle, and they have to clarify what the big bad is, right? There can be lots of little bads, but there has to be a big bad.
Well, there's lots of these parallel curses manifesting themselves in, like the most recent one.
Yeah, the boogeyman.
The baggage. The title of this one, where the boogeyman, where she's basically stalked by Michael Myers.
Boogeyman, so that guy, I mean, he's like, because I mean, they make it explicitly superhuman by the.
So it could be a witch's curse.
Yeah, it's a slasher. It's a discrete. These are discrete.
As that guy.
It could be, I guess.
I mean, like you said, Sledd, these are discrete episodes, and all these different curses, whether it's the sea hag or the Jason Voorhees type guy stalking. But there was an interesting thing another thread that I read on Reddit, which is like an interesting observation, which went over my head, but I went back when I was watching it again. It's like a lot of the spouses or women are absent or not.
Yeah.
So the deputy, the police deputy, the black guy, so he talks to his wife all the time. Do we ever see his wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Did we?
In episode
Oh, you're
8,
right. Yeah, we did in like episode 8, right? Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode.
That's great.
Huh. And what about the wife, Tom's wife, who we were told died in childbirth, but then didn't die in childbirth?
But she died shortly.
He said she died shortly after. Do we believe that? I mean,
dead?
we've established him as an unreliable.
No, she's dead now.
No, I know.
Maybe
I'm
she's not. But
yeah, I'm saying Tom has been established. They went through great pains to establish him as an unreliable narrator, and then he tells us, but then she did die a couple years later. Do we believe that? Like, is that really a thing? Is she the sea hag? What is the Widow's Bay? Where is it in the title? What? I mean, he's a widower, right? Or that's what he's told us.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I did think that plot line was a little thin because, like, that kid's been living there his whole life, and how many people fucking live here, and no one ever told him that, like,
the asylum was the
fucking like she wasn't supposed to be in the loony house back on the mainland. Like, he put her in a house on the island. Like, the thin line is that he wouldn't have found that out before.
Right.
Someone would have fucking said something to him, like.
Yeah.
And they treat Tom like he's like, I don't know, some of the writing. I mean, that's another, it's like they treat him like he's a guy who got there 5 years ago, not a guy who's been there for 18 years. And like,
yeah.
Yeah. Do we have an idea of what the population is? I can't recall for the island. I'm trying to figure out
my feeling when watching it is it'd be a population of like 2,000 people or something, having been in towns with like 6,000 people. Like, it feels smaller than that, like that they would know each other that well.
Like a high school size is kind of the impression I got, where you could at least kind of know everybody.
Well, how is it that how would he have explained to his son, who's, what is he, like 16, 17? Ish, like that.
I got that feeling he was a junior in college or junior in high school, I guess. Isn't he talking about going to college?
Yeah.
He's like
but he's never left the island. So how does that get explained to him prior to?
Someone would have fucking said. Someone would know that the fucking mayor's wife got put in a fucking loony bin like 15 years ago and died. Like, someone at high school would have said some shit to him. Like, he would know, like, his mom was not dead. Yeah. That's what I just feel. It seems really unlikely to me in a town that size that other people wouldn't be aware. It's not like she died somewhere else and they moved there after.
Right. But also, I feel like in those small towns, everybody protects everybody.
Yeah, right? But high school kids talk shit.
Yeah, but not if they don't know, right? Maybe. I mean, if their parents aren't saying anything, like, not totally unfeasible in those small towns to have those secrets. Right. And nobody says anything. So the parents would not be talking to the high schoolers, but
they would at least be protective of the mayor, though. Like, that's why I don't know. But
there would at the very least be questions, right? But there would be rumors and innuendo and things said to him, and you weren't sure. He wouldn't be sure what is true and what isn't. But that would definitely be the town gossip, right? Like, there's no way that his friends or ancillary friends of his friends wouldn't talk shit about that.
Yeah, it's also strange to me. Like, so we said this is cyclical, right? And it sounds like the last time some of this stuff started was when Patricia was like, I don't know, 15, 17, somewhere in there, right?
Would that been around when the mayor got there? I wonder. Like, how old? I mean, in real life,
so
she's
let's
like
call
40,
it. Well, she celebrated her birthday, right? Like, so she's like, so that's like 25 years ago.
So, it's got to be like 28 because I think she talks about their 10-year reunion, where they had been out of high school for 10 years.
So if it's only a town of a couple, I'm sorry, I'm stuck on the numbers. If it's only a town of what we are guessing is a couple thousand ish, give or take. There's like a I mean, I'm stupid. There's like a high school there. Is the school would be like a K through 12, right?
Yeah,
like
probably.
Yeah.
Jeannie, I'm going to turn over to you for the expertise on this. Like they wouldn't have an elementary, a middle, and a high school on an island with only 2,000 people.
No, I'm sure they probably had a K through 12.
But I guess my question is, if the last cycle was 20, 30 years ago, right? Somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't anybody seem to remember any of the other events? Like why, like if the boogeyman happened, it seems to me reasonable to think, oh, the sea hag happened and the fog happened.
Right. You're 60 years old, exactly. You're 60 years old, when you were 40 years old, the sea hag came, the town was upside down
this
for
shit
a month
wouldn't be legend. You'd be like, no, that motherfucker ate my uncle or whatever.
Right. There's living witness.
Yeah.
Right. There's living witness. That's a great question.
I think I've heard the population is around approximately 3,000 residents.
It's a large high school, or medium to large high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Seneca.
That's a large.
I mean, Seneca was like a 3,000. No, it was.
Well, particularly if you're figuring an age distribution there, that's not all even people the same age.
Right.
Right. No, exactly. Yeah. Right. So you're looking at a very fraction
what
of
are
that's going to be
in school, right? Like that would be a couple hundred people for the whole school, right, Jeannie?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I would imagine.
Well, maybe that's.
So was the mayor the original boogeyman? Maybe he's what triggered it.
Well, that's an interesting question. Like maybe there was an influx of outsiders, him being one, 25, 30 years ago. And that's what caused, the last cycle. And now he's trying to bring more outsiders, and that might be causing this next cycle.
I mean, it's interesting that they pose him as kind of skeptical of the superstitions, but he hasn't let his son leave the island.
Yeah, he believes that one because he saw it, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But he's also he's skeptical of them, what I noticed was different is like his reaction to like the sea hag and things happening to him. Like he doesn't try to like explain it away. He's just like, there was this old woman there. And then like he goes into the lore, like, right, where I feel like in other movies or other things, when things are happening,
they try and find a rational explanation.
That's not true. Right. They try to rationalize, and he's just like, yep, this old sea hag came.
Why don't you see her? Right. Yeah. Right.
He's kind of open to it.
Well, I think he's got a tenuous grip on reality because these things are just cascading down on him, and to deny them would be to deny reality itself. And like he can't tell himself I'm going crazy, right? He has to believe that what he's seeing is real, so he has to address it.
I mean,
I guess that's the way to think of it. Yeah, no, he's the hinge point. The linchpin of the whole thing.
Do you guys know where he's from?
Kind of interesting, actually.
When do you think the sheriff? When do you think the sheriff got there? Have they said when he's supposed?
It doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
From there either.
The impression I got is it was not that long ago because he and his wife are talking about that kind of thing, like going back, right? Like so. Do you guys know where the lead is from? Like what he's famous for? He was in The Americans. If you ever saw that show. That's not a bad show.
I did see that.
Yeah.
What's that?
Welsh in real life. I was going to say,
is he?
Welsh in real life,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, no, I was watching an interview.
Impossible to understand.
Yeah, pretty.
I think Patricia's.
Yes,
English.
she is. That I did see.
Or maybe
really?
She's British. She's probably Irish because her last name is O'Flynn. But
he was also in Cocaine Bear.
I heard about
you guys,
that. Yeah.
Ever saw.
I've not seen it, but. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I don't have complaint. By the way, episode 4, where Patricia does her spell, and like
I told you, episode 4 is the one to watch,
especially when it finally reveals the spell, and like the gore is everywhere, and there's like they've all been drinking it and all this, and it's amazing.
going to the sea to drown themselves, and she's got like the wreath of like
on her
deer
head,
antlers or whatever wrap on her head. It's and I love how the old lady, the assistant in Tom's office, who's like the chain smoking old lady, she's like,
I'm gonna look her up because you're right.
She's really fucking creepy. What the fuck was that? It was a horror show.
She sounds like someone who's had emphysema since she was 15. Just like she's like, well, why didn't you tell me I was like I had this shit on my head? She's like, well, she's like, I told you I didn't like your head.
Yeah, Rosemary's the character's name. Let's see.
Really funny.
Well, she was in Iron Man 3, which is weird.
No, there's some really good.
I'm listening.
It was
Jeannie, you're on mute.
Dale Dickey. She's a national treasure.
Dale Dickey?
Oh yeah, she's been in.
I'm looking to see. There's Michael's right. There's some role that I'm like, that's where I remember her from, but I can't think of what it is.
I mean, she has been.
She's got 161 credits, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, she was in Breaking Bad.
It was something like that because she's like very.
She was in Breaking Bad, and I think
she was in Them.
Oh, that could be.
Did y'all watch Them at all?
Yes.
She's the woman who comes up like the when the lady's got her twins like set way. Yep. It's like back in the past, and she comes up and she's like a redneck like.
Them's good. We should do that.
Like super creepy. Point. She's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be like a KKK lady, and like she's her in her like. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it because it is like semi-spoiler. I mean, you don't realize they reveal stuff as the show's going on, but she's really good in that. That's what I recognized her from.
I mean, she's perfect playing the role she plays.
I mean, she seems like a good character in this. She was definitely.
No, she wasn't in Ozark, but
was she in? I believe. What's the one set in Tennessee? Justified, because she looks.
I think so.
Yeah, she's in Justified. That might be where I remember her from. But she always plays that kind of hard scrabbled character.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at her.
I'm not trying to be mean, but yeah.
Yeah.
She actually kind of looks like my mom.
Oh, she was also in True Blood. God. If anybody ever watched True Blood, she was in that.
We should make sure to watch that.
What's the storyline for
It's
that?
a vampire.
But it's
vampires in
Louisiana.
Suck it, I'm vampire. Suck it.
Suck it.
Come to me, suck it.
And then it's got werewolves too, I think.
Love
it's like
story.
Vampire, like it's like really sappy fucking romance vampire, like
but it's like the vampires are it's like they're a race of people. And like they walk among us.
They drink True Blood. That's the name of it.
Blackula was tough enough to get through. Don't make me watch
show.
I mean, this is modern. It's not as rough as Blackula, but
Sled's whole point is just to punish me. I'll watch it. Fuck it.
No,
I don't want to watch
I'll just say I've already seen it and just go off of that.
I mean, it's just like very standard, like.
Yeah,
it has. I mean, it's watchable. It's very standard. Like
no, I mean, it's if you took a romance novel and you put vampires in the role of everyone that's explicitly sexy, that's what it is.
Well, are we taking bets on whether this thing gets wrapped up with a neat bow at the end of the season, or if they basically resolve none of the loose threads?
I'm assuming they have some ending figured because when I'm looking at it. So the first 3 episodes are directed by this one guy, and the last 2 are going to be directed by him also, according to the Wikipedia. So maybe he's coming in he maybe has an idea on exactly.
If they had 3 episodes left, what I would guess is they would reveal the big bad in the next one, right? Do like a couple of things, because this is like what Buffy used to do all the time, right? There'd be like.
We don't even have a hierarchy.
This is my point.
We don't have any idea right now.
The title of the next one is Emergency Shelter. And then the final episode is We Hope You Enjoyed Your Time. Because I guess there's supposed to be a bunch of people visiting right now, right? So
Are we just watching like White Lotus? Is this just like the horror comedy White Lotus? There needs to be more fucking if we're going to do it that way. But we haven't seen. There's been nothing.
I mean, I feel like the big bad has to be something that's related to.
I think you're right. It has to be witchcraft oriented or a demon or something like that, right? Because that would theoretically tie everything together. Something like that. But what is it? I don't fucking.
And maybe the mayor coming there kind of triggered it or something. Sense. Maybe because I don't know. Even when they wake that guy up, he's like, "I'll only talk to the Lord Regent or whatever the fuck he wants."
Right. No, he'll only interact with Tom.
That's there, and his kid was his kid like when was the last time an outsider was born there before he came there and his kid?
Yeah, I mean, it could be something like that. Like
I don't know,
an outsider had a kid there, and then blah blah blah.
Well, who is his descendant, right? Who do we think is his descendant? Because he said that he was the last descendant, and we suspect that all his kids got on the boat, but then there's that painting of what seems to be the youngest child. Like, there's still a descendant of his on the island.
By the way, all the paintings and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so maybe the mayor was someone.
No, I think Jeannie's onto something there.
Maybe
like that there is a descendant. Now, whether they're a bad guy or whatever, I don't know. But all the paintings were giving me like real Hobbs End from In the Mouth of Madness vibes, right? Where it's like, I was waiting for the paintings to move. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's all because of Wick.
Well, he said that he was the final one. So when he was on the other side, like everything would stop. But it didn't stop. So there has to be some other descendant in the island. Like, and I've read somewhere that people have thought that it was Evan, his son, because his mom was from the island.
But wouldn't she have died? I mean, they make it seem like they die like very quickly. If they
but Jeannie's point, I think, would make sense, right? Like, if the mom died already, if we assume the mom's dead, right, and she was like the great granddaughter of the Reef.
But she would have never got off the island.
No, but we think she died for other reasons, right? We don't know why she died, but we think she died. Right? So if...
Well, we do know why she died, because didn't she say that she had a stroke, and then that in turn, like, made her suffer like mental health.
Is that what killed her? I mean, I guess.
He said, I thought he said how she died. Like, she ended up passing away like a few years after.
Yeah, I don't know.
She was committed there.
But
I mean, there's presumably this was written discreetly as a season, but we know that they're going to bring it back. So maybe they went back retrospectively and are going to change the last episode or two.
Yes.
So that you leave it more open-ended. There's no way they're going to be able to.
I think what we're going to find out, or what's going to happen, is that by the 10th episode, we're going to find out who the big bad really is. And it's someone that you least suspect, right? Whoever, you know what I mean?
And then that leads,
and we're all like, oh my God,
right into like, season 2.
Or whoever.
It's the son, right? It's
like
Hereditary.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Right, but I guarantee you this: I'm not smart enough to figure out who it is. I'm just smart enough to be like, "There's somebody." That's all I got. Yeah.
I mean, I'm in. You know, I'm all in. If nothing else, Sledd. The reason why I like it is, and I guess it's sort of like I don't even really need to explain it. It's like I don't know. It's fun to watch. The acting is top notch. Everything is compelling. I mean, these are 33, 35-minute episodes. They're compelling from start to finish. They stand alone, right? They're standalone episodes, and they are connected, but they're just enough standalone, like discrete 30-minute episodes siloed off that, like, I watch them and I enjoy it. I'm ready for the next one. Like, this is an easy. I don't really binge watch, but I was watching.
And all of the people in it have, with the exception of, or at least all the major people, have been in things that I really enjoy, right? Like Patricia, I don't know any, like, everything she did is like British television, Doesn't mean it's not good. I just haven't watched it. But the tall, thin guy who's on like the thumbnail of the next one was he was in a bunch of American Horror Story episodes. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, is that right?
Bernie.
By the way, Patricia reminds me of Alison Brie.
Yeah.
The actress, doesn't she? Got the same big eyes.
I have to look through Alison Brie.
Yes.
Why did the priest kill himself?
Because the bell was ringing and it freaked him
out. When the bell rang and he knew that like the onslaught of all these curses, right. I assume were going to come, and basically like everyone was fucked, and he was like, it kind of take the easy way out.
Go through this again, type thing. Is that what he said? I was getting. I don't remember.
Yeah.
What?
One of my favorite parts is when Richard Warren is in the casket and he's like, "Fuck you," and he's like, "Fuck you, fuck you,
yeah.
Fuck me, fuck you."
You know that's the guy from Midnight Mass, right? Like yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Did you see the meme I sent in the chat? Like he's like, nobody else can do a haunted island other than me.
I honestly, the makeup they did with him, even when they were back in, I don't know, the 1700s or whatever, I didn't recognize him all that well. You know, I mean, I knew it was him, but like they did a good job, like dressing him up to make him look a little different.
Yeah.
All right, should we give some ratings on this or what? Before we
and these are preliminary. I reserve the right to change.
These are right. These are contingent. We'll revisit. These are contingent upon how they close this season out. Yes, that's fair enough.
We do it out of 5, and it's
meat cleavers.
No, it's machetes.
No, machetes or it's machetes.
Cleavers is for the main.
I'm going, and this is going to shock Joel more than anything in the history of this show right here. 4.
That you didn't do a weird decimal place? I am flabbergasted.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I'm into every episode. Like I said, it's equal parts funny. It's equal parts scary. And I love that shit. That is actually a really a much more difficult line to tread than people give credit for. I mean, that's why Evil Dead 2 is so valorized.
There's only a handful
comedy
that are
lore
good.
Because the only handful that really pulled it off.
Shaun of the Dead is different.
Yeah, no, it's common.
Shaun of the Dead is
that's fair. That's fair because it has no scares in it at all.
Yeah,
Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Jeannie, what do you think? What are you giving it?
I'm giving it a 4 too. I liked it. I like it. I would definitely watch it multiple times.
I mean, if they pull off some sort of crazy ending that I like, I mean, this could bump up to be a perfect, discrete series. I mean, it definitely has set itself up. We always talk about long form versus short form. It's definitely set itself up to have 2 or 3 seasons that I would at least be moderately interested in if they do it the right way. I mean, they can flesh this out in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, because you could do the whole Richard Warren.
Yeah,
they've already jumped around.
And you can jump around in time,
right? Yeah,
you know, right? Right. We've already established that, and we've established that time is either slower or faster depending on if you're in the captain's room at the lodge or wherever.
I mean, I think 4 is really reasonable right now. I think I have a feeling I could go up to like a 4.5 pretty easily if they can.
You might have to give it a 4.5 because Sled's he's gonna sandbag
but
this last one. It's gonna bring down the average.
What I was gonna say is what I'm hoping they do is if you've ever seen I think it's a Showtime show, but it was called Penny Dreadful. It was only 3 seasons and was written to be 3 seasons. And they just they're out after 3. And I was like, that's how a lot of these should be done ideally, right? Like you pick a number, you write what it is you want, and you can end it there. Like So my hope is that they're doing that with this, and it'll be like 2 or 3 seasons, and they'll be done. And by the end of this season, we'll get to like, okay, here comes a big crazy thing. You won't be able to wait for it. So,
right.
Anyways,
yeah. Sledd, we're looking at you to bring us home here, bud. What'd you think?
It's good. I mean, I'd give it 3.75.
Hey,
could be better.
Right.
Depends on what it does for the last.
Yeah, because if it fucks us, I'm going to be really angry.
I don't know.
Maybe the wife isn't dead.
Maybe
at all.
she's
maybe
the bad.
Maybe she's still alive.
Well, that's where I was kind of getting at with Tom's sort of. She died at birth, and no, actually,
fucking say it then.
It's, fuck you now. Yeah, no. I think that's a sound theory. She might come back. But
maybe she's the sea.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
She really started kicking around when he was going to go on the date with that one broad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He did one of the smarter things you ever see in horror movie stuff or horror series stuff when he's driving down the dark road and the sea hag appears in front of him and he just goes nope and just puts that some bitch in reverse and drives off the other way. It's like
but then he was super dumb and he pulled like a fucking turn, which is not that bootleg turn he pulled is not an easy thing to do, and then he stopped to see like what was going on, and that's
in the rearview mirror
scratched him. So what the fuck are you doing?
Sledd, so I've heard.
I still think
that's what I said. That's literally
that's okay. No, and here's the reason why you're both wrong, because I thought that too. But here's the reason why you're both wrong is because
I would have rolled up the fucking window for the first thing.
Well, that's step one. Agreed. But if you just gun it, which that was my first instinct too. You don't know this sea hag appeared. This entity appears on a dark road. There's no shoulders. There's nothing. You're in the middle of nowhere on this island. You plow her down. You don't know what is 50 feet or 100 yards behind that. You don't know if you're going to encounter hundreds more of them. You don't know if it's a zombie horde. You don't know what other kinds of crazy shit is jumping out. No, you turn around and head back the way you came.
First episode, they made it seem like it was going to be a zombie thing. Like when he has the guy in the fucking hospital that drunk that they found. Like I was like, this is going to be like a zombie show. And then
I was very
they didn't do
into
anything with that fucking guy after that.
Nothing.
He was 37.
There's your linear progression of time again that's played around with, right? He's 37, but he looks 67. So, yeah, no, there's a lot going on here. We're not going to solve all the problems yet. We're going to have to wait for the reveal. But thanks.
Should have run her over before she turned around. I think that's a life lesson. If you see some person stumbling down a dark fucking road, particularly if you live on an island that you know is supposedly cursed, you don't wait for it to turn around. You fucking gun it right then and there, and just
Jeannie. He should have turned the radio on in the truck right before he gunned her down, and just turned it on to corn rigs and barley.
And you don't hit it. You don't hit it with the center mass of the car. You want to get it with either the left or the right.
Yeah, because then it goes shooting off into the. Yeah.
No, you want to get it just enough to where the tires go over it and it goes under the wheels.
Ooh, I like the way you think.
Mean, Sledd has so many bodies. There's so many bodies.
So many bodies buried somewhere.
Thanks once again for joining us on Prime Cuts, our special mini episodes for Chopping It Up. We appreciate you guys hanging with us. It was a pleasure to cover Widow's Bay. It's one of the rare good prestige TV horror series that we get to check out. So we're definitely gonna revisit this one in the near future after we finish out season 1, and we'll see you next time on Chopping It Up.
This is the rhythm of the night. The night. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the night. This is the rhythm.